Time.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Jay.
And this is your guy Cheese over here.
And welcome back to the greatest wrestling show on YouTube right now. It is the Jay and Cheese Show.
Laugh track, clap track.
Okay, we're terrible. Anyway.
Oh, we can't get it right.
For this week, last week we didn't have any special guests. It was just me and Cheese debating WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I still owe him a case of six-pack of Budweiser, so I'll make sure I get that to him in the next episode.
That's obviously you're 2-1.
This week we bring back the great commissioner, the one, the only, Preacher Eddie. Eddie, say hi to the people.
Did someone say Eddie? What?
Oh no.
What?
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 The man?
What?
What?
I don't care if it's the Jay and Cheese Show, the Jay and Silent Bob Show, the Cheese and Cheddar Show. I am here. What?
What?
Eddie 316 said this is the greatest wrestling internet show on the face of the earth. I am here. What's going on, good people?
Who?
If you're about to enjoy the show, give me a hell yeah.
I want to do that so bad. Oh, I want to do that so bad. I didn't know we.
Hey, there's a limit to what we can do. There's a limit to what we can do.
Ah, man. Damn.
Oh, man. All right,
That's the wrong one.
Don't worry, you got a chance to make it up during the episode, so you're all good. You're all good.
Let's get this started, man. Let's run.
All right, so pretty much last week we weren't able to film. We had some scheduling issues, but now we are back. We are going to do a lot of recap because a lot of things has happened over the last few weeks. We'll talk Fastlane.
Yep.
We'll talk Raw. We'll talk SmackDown. Kind of give a little bit of a hint on what we may see at WrestleMania.
Yep.
What else are we talking about, Cheese?
We haven't really had no new announcements until Hall of Fame after Beth Phoenix, who we already talked about.
Oh, we did have Rick Rude. We finally got Rick Rude.
Oh yeah, we finally got Rick Rude. So did we talk about him already?
No.
Oh, I thought we did. Okay, we'll have to talk about that.
Argument about him the first time. Remember how I said he should go in, and then he ended up going in.
Yeah. Yep. This is probably one of the best Hall of Fame cards ever.
We can debate that.
I mean, like, at least as of recently. I mean, like, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of great names going in now.
I'm looking forward to this one, honestly. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to the Hall of Fame. But before we continue on this one, I actually wanted to give Eddie you a kind of a heads up notice on this. I've shifted my schedule around for next year.
Mm-hmm.
And after numerous discussions that we have had, and Cheese, you're honestly you're in on this as well.
Yeah.
I've shifted my schedule around in terms of my PTO and my vacation days, and I am looking forward to WrestleMania next year.
Oh yes. Woo!
Because WrestleMania 33? 34, damn. Well, I'm old. 34 will be back down in the great city of New Orleans.
In the dirty.
All the good food down there, all the Cajun cooking. Oh man, it'd be good to be back. And we're gonna be right back in New Orleans. And guess we're gonna take this show on the road.
In the dirty.
So we'll be there for WrestleMania. We'll be there for the post WrestleMania Raw, which is the best crowd ever, in my opinion. So just want to give you a heads up that.
And post WrestleMania SmackDown too.
True. Yeah. That's what I said. That's what I want to let you know that I am on board. I am ready to make that happen. I already cleared it up with the soon-to-be wife.
Speaking of that, got the invite.
Me too.
Hey.
Got mine too.
That's what I'm talking about. Basically, guys, I'm getting married in October, so you'll see something on this finger. I'm not going to be used to it. Anyway, let's talk wrestling.
That's right.
I'll have to figure it out though, because I might be going back to school soon. Actually, work on getting a couple associate's degrees and try to go down a new path. I'm sure I can figure it out somehow. I'm sure I can get everything set up right. I got nothing going on right now. Let's all make a beeline to WrestleMania right now and just hijack the show. Just jump right into it.
The last time somebody got jumped in the show in the ring, they got tackled and destroyed by not only security but also one of the wrestlers.
Let's interfere in the Goldberg-Lesnar match because nothing could possibly go wrong there.
Yeah. No, Eddie. We should do that. Let Cheese go first, and we'll follow maybe half an hour later.
I mean, nothing could go wrong there.
Hey, Jay, while you following him, I'm walking to the food stand.
No, I said half an hour. I said I'll follow half an hour later, aka I ain't going in there.
That's funny.
There's no way I'm letting Brock Lesnar or Goldberg punch me.
They will destroy me. All right, so let's
get in the fast. Let's get to the worst WWE pay-per-view since the brand split.
Yep.
Yeah.
WWE Fastlane.
I always feel like the pay-per-view before WrestleMania is always terrible because you know who's going to win because it sets everything up for WrestleMania. So it's like, okay, if you go and lose here, there's a solid chance you're going to win then at WrestleMania.
But the thing is, though, last year Fastlane was actually decent.
It was
Roadblock last year.
It was Roadblock. It wasn't Fastlane. It was just Roadblock.
And I was the one that said Roadblock was terrible. Y'all joked with me about it. But Roadblock was terrible last year because we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Just like this one, just like Fastlane was terrible. That's why they should have did something else. Should have had some fun themed pay-per-view, like
in your house
or something like that. Something that doesn't mean much because we already know where we're going with WrestleMania.
Shoot, would you say you wanted like something like bragging rights to come back out?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily bragging rights because we got Survivor Series. I love the bragging rights concept, but I wanted bragging rights when it was around to be what Survivor Series, because that's what Survivor Series is for. It's all about faction versus faction. So why do a whole other pay-per-view about factions when you already have Survivor Series? But it could have been like, you know how Ring of Honor has tag wars. Whole pay-per-view built around tag teams. Yeah. They had a whole pay-per-view built around the women. They could have something. They could have like a World Cup like TNA does. There's so many international superstars. Could have Team Canada, a team Europe, a team United States, all of them racking up points and the winner meets each other in the finals or something. Something that, because honestly, like, what did Fastlane accomplish? But it ruined Braun Strowman.
Yep.
Charlotte's streak died in the most meaningless way possible. Like, and now, like, whoa, who cares about that streak no more? It's dead. Like, it died at Fastlane.
Yep.
And no one still don't care. No one cares that streak died. Why? Because of that Fastlane.
No, I care because I already gave you my premise of, at this point, well, actually, you know what, we'll talk about that as soon as we talk about the actual matches themselves, but I'll give you my take on that.
Let's just talk about the main one, that now Braun Strowman's momentum has been destroyed.
I honestly said...
And then having him in the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial does nothing for him.
It doesn't.
It does not help.
Because the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal doesn't mean anything itself.
Nope.
So it doesn't do anything for Braun Strowman because it hasn't done anything for anybody either.
I mean, it took forever for Baron Corbin to get a push after he won it.
Yeah, but he didn't. He fought Apollo Crews and Kalisto.
Well, I'm talking about like up to like right now. Now Baron Corbin's getting a push, but like that's why I said it took forever for him to get a push after he won it.
That wasn't because of the Memorial Battle Royal. It did nothing for Cesaro.
Nope.
What did it do for Big Show?
It obviously didn't need to do anything for Big Show.
Yeah, here's my take on it, and like I said, I'm going to probably be like the odd opinion out in the room. I think they'll like with Braun Strowman, even though they kind of knocked him off because of Roman Reigns. They're building up to him to be Cena 2.0. It's literally that set in stone now. I don't care what anybody says.
No, it is.
I think with Strowman, I think it's a little bit different. I think it's going to be a little bit different. Here's the reason why. Honestly, when Strowman came in with the Wyatt family, it was obviously a slow start. He didn't necessarily have the ring acumen that he does now. He's built that now. He has the athleticism for a big man. I've never seen that like in this fashion before. He looks dominant against superstars now versus jobbers. And yes, he went up against Roman Reigns, the poster boy of the company at this point. But he honestly, in 2016, set himself apart, similar to AJ Styles, and saying that he can get a potential world championship run. And I think for me, this is me personally, I know you guys said the Andre the Giant Battle Warrior doesn't mean much. But in terms of what he can do with it and how he can roll with it, I think it can set him up for something better for him late and down the road. And even, in fact, let's say by our chance, Reigns gets the title again. We don't want that to happen. But let's say he gets the title again. Go ahead and let Strowman crush Reigns in dominant fashion.
But
hang on. Before we go on,
you still need the Battle Royal for that, though.
Wait, hang on, guys. Hang on, real quick here. Before, remind me to come back when we get to the Hall of Fame stuff. Everybody, to bring back Eric LeGrand. The dude from Rutgers.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, how he's getting the award.
Yeah,
the Warrior.
Yeah,
Yep.
no.
I just wanted to bring it up here. Just so we can all remember to bring that up here. So long as we have some time. But
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Let's keep going here.
Go ahead, Eddie.
But I mean, he can do that without the Battle Royal. Like, it doesn't. It still doesn't. You still haven't convinced me yet that it doesn't mean anything.
Well,
like,
my question for you is this: what do you have him do at Mania then?
You should be fighting Taker or Lesnar.
Well, that's why out of the bouts that are already like set in stone.
Is she at WrestleMania? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You literally left no choice.
Just because we don't know if there's a spot for Braun, that doesn't mean that the Battle Royal does anything for him. Those are mutually exclusive. He's still from a star power level going to be above everybody else in that Battle Royal except for the Big Show. And we've already seen him in the Big Show. So there's really no point for him to be in the Battle Royal, and even if he wins, it still won't do anything for him because it's going to be the same character he already was. He doesn't need that to validate him as a character or validate him as a main eventer. The match he has, the way they've been building him until, he turned bitch against The Undertaker, was what was making him, establishing him as a main eventer. He doesn't need the Battle Royal. The Battle Royal has not yet to make anybody a main eventer anyway.
But is that the
in-ring work? Cesaro is the best of the four that's won it so far. What has he done with it? Nothing. Baron Corbin, yeah, helped him get on the roster, but what did it help him get when he got there? Nothing. Braun Strowman's path is different because it's already set. If you want to talk about top guys on the Raw roster, you got Roman Reigns, you got Kevin Owens, aside from the part-timers, you got Roman Reigns, you got Kevin Owens, you got Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman. So what does a top five guy need the Battle Royal, the Audio Royal Battle, whatever, the Battle Royal trophy? What does that do for him? Nothing. He's already top five.
And it doesn't help either. I mean, he should be the one that's facing The Undertaker, not Roman Reigns, and so I mean that does not do anything good for your confidence either. It's like it's just a match where I should be able to go into and win, not this pre-show match that I have to be on.
Right.
That nobody cares about ever.
That's a popcorn match that no one's gonna care about.
I mean, it was cool the first time around. Now I keep it around. It's like, okay, now I'm bored with it.
Yeah, it was cool because it was supposed to be the tribute to Andre, and it was such a big thing. And then Cesaro won it, and he slammed the Big Show. But then it was a good moment for that night.
Yeah.
The next night, what did it do?
Nothing.
It's a good moment for the night, barely. Cause after that match, was anybody checking for that match afterwards? Oh man, Cesaro won that Battle Royal, and they've been having Battle Royals at WrestleMania since almost the start of WrestleMania, and no one ever cared. This time they just put a name to it, and it still don't mean nothing.
Nope.
I guess I have a different opinion than both of you all. Like I'm saying, with Braun, it's a little bit different, at least in my eyes. Like I said, you might be right. I just feel a little bit different about it.
You're right from a standpoint that it gives him something to do. Because we don't know what in the world he does. So you're right about that it gives him something to do. But outside of that, I don't know, man.
I just think they turned the corner with this one and just actually set them on a better path to the championship. That's just me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's my personal opinion about that.
He doesn't need this match to put him on the path to a championship. He needs a one-on-one match.
No, I get that. Now that I agree with you. But with the way they just stopped the momentum, I'd rather get him like on a winning path versus them like just saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna throw you back into the championship picture immediately."
But bro, that will work if you had legitimate superstars, credible superstars in the battle royal.
Then it depends. Like, and okay, to your point there, then it depends on who they put in the battle royal. Then.
But there's no more credible in it.
I hope Shaq comes back for that.
Well, he's
credibility.
It's more for the Royal
Rumble. Talk about credibility.
Yeah.
There's one.
Big Show.
The Big Show.
And that's it.
We've already seen that. Like Cesaro, you got Cesaro and Sheamus. They're going to be in that triple threat match at WrestleMania. You got Enzo and Cass. That triple threat match at WrestleMania. The Club in that triple threat match at WrestleMania. Baron Corbin's going to be with Dean Ambrose. AJ Styles is going to be with Shane. Like Sami Zayn might be with Samoa Joe again. So you look at it, the rest of the guys is going to be what? The Shining Stars and the Golden Truth.
All right, say no more. Hey, no more. We're done here.
Kalisto. I mean, what does that mean? Oh, you ran over guys you already ran over before? They're friggin' daggone near joggers. Almost. Don't nobody care about an Apollo Crews or a Mojo Rawley. So what that do for Braun Strowman to win that match? You beat a bunch of losers.
Like I said,
should be on 205.
Like I said, man.
He's stuck on SmackDown.
Like I said, man, there was an opinion in my eyes.
I mean, I mean, it.
Let's move on. That's taking up a lot of time here. So about the other big match, the Goldberg title win.
I knew it was happening. I knew it was.
I always telegraphed as soon as you haven't seen Jericho before Fastlane. It's like it was like okay, title match with Lesnar. Let's get it over with.
The match at WrestleMania does not need to be for the belt. It does not.
Nope.
It shouldn't have been for the belt. Honestly, it would have been a better storyline if the belt was still on Kevin Owens and Jericho was going back and forth with it.
Yep. Oh no. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just I feel like these two still aren't going to care as much now going into this match. Like I feel still like it's just going to be like their WrestleMania 20 match. It's just not. It still isn't going to be that good.
I just feel like it's going to be a squash match. Honestly, I feel like Brock's just going to go in there, hit him with the F5. We see what happened on Raw. That F5, Goldberg did not get back up immediately from that one. He looked hobbled. And the only thing I'm seeing is Undertaker versus Lesnar again, but it's gonna be it's gonna be more dominant by Lesnar.
Yeah,
that's what I see.
I mean, don't forget the face that told you guys it was gonna be for the world title. You guys didn't believe.
No, yeah, you did.
But I agree. I still don't think that the match needs a belt. It should be for the belt. And I honestly think they rushed this Chris Jericho thing back too soon.
Yeah.
I personally would have actually rather happened after night the WrestleMania. I mean, Finn Balor just came back.
Yeah, saw those pictures.
That's going to be interesting to see how they work him back in.
You could have built a money match with the Demon versus corporate Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, where Kevin loses and he's mad and he blames Chris Jericho, and then Chris Jericho returns on that Raw in front of that crowd. It would have been crazy.
Yep.
And that could have started off the whole new wrestling year because it restarts after WrestleMania.
Right.
It could have started a whole new wrestling year with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens going at it. And plus, Chris Jericho's still the United States champion. And he hasn't defended that belt in over 30 days, I think. Which is, they don't really care about that. So they could have made that about the United States Championship. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens after WrestleMania. And we could have had Finn going up and maybe Roman or somebody. Or maybe Lesnar. I think beats Goldberg. It could have been so many more possibilities. And I'm disappointed. Because I feel like they rushed things so soon.
Here's the thing with WWE.
Even the Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt thing. it feels rushed. But we'll get to that when we get to SmackDown.
Well, the thing is, I feel like with WWE, they're trying to play it so safe that they're not willing to take that chance to like really making like a match that could either be one of the greatest things they ever do in terms of thinking outside the box, or they just like, you know what? Okay, like Roman's here, let's throw him into a match. Like they don't want to like take a shot.
But can't you make the argument that they're putting themselves in a deeper hole by putting Lesnar and Goldberg in that position where they're probably going to end up being the main event?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you. I'm saying that they should be taking a shot of doing something that could honestly be more noteworthy, like the match that you brought up, and saying like a Finn versus Kevin Owens for the championship, for something that he never even lost, like, and he's still undefeated, might I add.
That's true.
So I'm definitely agreeing with you.
The problem with them is the problem with them lately on the Raw side solely is that they just tend to rush things. They give things to us so quickly.
Yep. And they have 3 hours to give it to us.
We didn't get an opportunity to miss Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was on television for like what, a week and a half?
Yeah.
Maybe 2. It would have meant more if you gave the opportunity to miss him. You don't have to. Like, now they're in tag team matches together and stuff like that. Why should we care about how bad they hate each other because Kevin Owens broke their heart when they're always fighting each other?
Yep.
It would have been better if you just gave them the space. After WrestleMania, it would have been just fine.
I mean,
it would have been just fine.
I agree. And then they also need. I feel like they need to. Every time they keep bringing Sami Zayn into the picture, they need to let it go. They need to let that go.
Exactly. And that's why early when I was thinking about the brand split, I wanted Sami Zayn to go to SmackDown.
It'd have been good for him.
Because he would have been a main event level star on SmackDown.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I think he would have put the Intercontinental Championship on another level.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, but I'm kind of liking what it did there where some Barry Corbin things going. But just like you said, they lessened the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn feud now too. And why is Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho cool with each other when just like what, a month ago, Chris Jericho was beating the crap out of Sami Zayn with Kevin Owens? Like, and now they're hugging all of a sudden. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's a rush job. It would have been different if he really had a true change of heart and he came back a month later. WrestleMania would have been a whole month since Fastlane.
Are Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe going to fight at Mania?
Most likely. Most likely.
It's looking like that.
Okay.
I mean, I know they just did it, but they're most likely going to fight again.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
But that's another one of my points. Rush job, man. Rush job. It would have been better if just Sami Zayn came out for an entrance, Samoa Joe just beat the crap out of him before the match. And then Samoa Joe did everything he did in the match before the bell. It still made him look super duper strong. And then you save that wrestling match for WrestleMania. But now we're going to have to see Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn too, possibly, because that's neither confirmed or not. And it's like, why would I want to invest in that again?
Yeah. I will say
the build up for these things, it's just not good.
I will say this though, the build up between Rollins and Triple H, now that Triple H is being back on TV more, has been good. Especially with the ending to last week's Raw with Mick Foley and the return of Sacco.
Right.
And then Rollins comes out. It's not rushed, but it took forever to get here.
I mean, well, they had to spread it out through WrestleMania.
But I mean, like it's like forever since we saw Triple H on TV.
Yeah, I remember this started the week after SummerSlam, 2 weeks after SummerSlam.
Yeah, something like that.
They had a lot of space to fill, but look at that in contrast to Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Like, we had a whole lot of anticipation and building up. So when Triple H and Seth Rollins finally fought last week, you was invested. You know how they sold this fight without touching last week with the microphone.
Yeah.
With Triple H being missing, calling them out, then Seth Rollins missing, and Triple H was talking this trash. They built it up without always touching each other. It wasn't 3 or 4 matches, tag team matches in different forms and variations before we got to Mania, and then it was, oh, here it is. Again, it was a build-up. And that's why people are looking forward to this match. It's annoying to it every week. It was the same thing I said about the Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens thing. Why should we care about it when we've seen it, them fight 80 times? Handicap matches, cage matches, street fights, tag team matches with Seth Rollins. The Raw just gives it up too quickly, man.
And then, I mean, that, and then also, I guess also just to wrap up on the Raw segment here, because we've been on here talking about Raw for a while here. The way, I don't like, again, I still hate this match that's going to be Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. I like how, like, Undertaker came out and stared down Strowman left, and then Roman came out and it's like, he keeps saying with all due respect, and it's like, just shut up. Dude, we all know you're going to win. No one's going to be happy about that. And then he basically told off Shawn Michaels. I'm like, oh my god, you don't do that.
Yeah,
you do not tell him off.
Unless he's turning heel. Unless they turn him heel.
It's like going to be a lazy heel.
They're not going to do that. So we might as well stop talking about it and complaining about it. We know that they're not going to turn him heel.
The same way we were trying to wait for John Cena to turn heel for the last 6 years.
I mean, both of them started out though on the main roster as heels, and then they turned face and they never went back. Because the Shield to start was not. The Shield was a heel faction.
That's true.
And then before they dissolved, they turned to a face. But
that's true.
For the longest time, they were a heel faction. So he started off as a heel. So it's not like he's never been bad.
But that's still not him doing it solo though. Like even every superstar you can name, even John Cena started off as a face, then he turned into a heel, and that's when he got super over.
Yep.
Then they turned him face. Roman got over as a member of the Shield. Roman didn't get over as Roman. That's why people hate him now. People are like, oh, I don't really like this guy as much as I thought he did when we were with the Shield. Like, he kind of had to do the job for that. Kurt Angle did it. Brock did it. Rock did it. They all got super over as the heels, man. When they were 100% heel. Everybody hated them.
It's a basic formula. It's a basic formula, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, even the same thing with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was a heel. And then got over, and then next thing you know, he's on this fast track to being the greatest of all time. Like, it's everybody. I thought everybody had to go through it, but I guess Roman Reigns is the exception.
Yep.
He ain't got to go through the solo run as a heel.
It's just not going to be a good match.
This is the time to do it. This would be the time to do it. They won't do it, but this would be the time.
Let's put it like this. I think you're gonna be right, but I hope WWE proves us wrong. How about that?
How often has Eddie been wrong?
No, I'm saying I didn't say he was. I'm saying I hope. Let's just hope that WWE proves us wrong.
Let's hope, but let's face it, Eddie's been right the most times.
This is true.
True. Y'all want to move on to the A show?
Well,
the real A show.
Well, we got one last thing to talk about. We probably want to. You want to go flip the camera real quick?
No, we got a minute 30.
Okay.
And just hold your thought while I press a button, and then we back.
So, I get your frustration when you said this about the whole Charlotte thing. It's just like, and I get it. I really, really do. But, and my point still stands from what I said so long ago. Well, obviously you don't want the belt to flip-flop between Raw and then a pay-per-view. But I definitely agree with the fact that the belt, the streak should have been lost at WrestleMania.
Yep. Yep.
Like, it shouldn't have been done at
freaking Fastlane.
At Fastlane, like at all pay-per-views. But I get the reason why they didn't want to like flip-flop back and forth between the
WVU one, by the way.
I saw that. I get why they didn't want to have a flip-flop between Raw and pay-per-views, but they don't drop the belt. They don't have to drop the belt.
And since we're on the theme of rush jobs, can we talk about how Bayley has been the biggest rush job in the WWE since she's been called up?
Yeah, it feels that way.
I mean, and that's why she honestly hasn't been connecting with the fans the way they thought that she should, because how do you come up and you're gonna be the lovable underdog, and in your first match you beat the women's champion? Then the next week you beat the women's champion. Then you go on to beat Nia Jax. You beat Sasha Banks. She beat Charlotte on the first night on the main roster in the tag team. I mean, in a tag team match. Then on that Raw she beat Charlotte again. Then she ended up to beat Sasha Banks. She beat Nia Jax. Well, she beat Nia Jax with the help of Sasha.
Yep.
Then she beat Charlotte with the help of Sasha. And she becomes the world champion. Now, how is she the lovable underdog that supposed to make her so popular, what made her popular at NXT, when she's came in on a Raw roster and been like the New York Yankees?
Yeah.
Like she's been the women's version of the New England Patriots since she's came onto the main roster. And so why do people supposed to love her if she barely had any adversity? Does she have one loss on the roster? Maybe two? Since she debuted?
Probably a couple.
And that's, I mean, how is that?
She will benefit on SmackDown.
You know, it's a rush. If she would have been just kept getting demoralized each and every week, but kept fighting, then at Mania, then at WrestleMania, hit Charlotte with that splash, the end of the streak, it would have meant so much more. Now she's probably going to lose at WrestleMania, and it ain't going to mean a goddamn thing.
Nope.
And then you know part going to win?
Sasha.
No, it's going to be Charlotte again. You know why? Because WWE can't do anything else.
Yeah. Can we talk about the fact that both women's title matches?
They're trying to get her on a fast track to 16 before August.
Yeah, really. And then can we talk about how both women's titles matches are not one-on-ones? There's at least 3 people in each.
It's ridiculous.
And because SmackDown's like, hey, if you're not Maurice or Nikki Bella and you're not injured, come on down, have a shot in this tag team, have a shot in this women's title match. Because why not?
I'm not opposed to it.
I'm saying, SmackDown's a little bit different though. I mean, you got to think about it. Raw only has 4 women. I say Raw only has 4 women though at this point.
Yeah.
SmackDown they have Alexa Bliss, Mickie James. They have Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Who else down on the show?
Naomi, but she's still hurt.
Like they got
the women to rock with it. Like even Natalya, shoot, you throw her in the mix, she's still decent.
I mean, she's probably the best wrestler on that brand. You're talking about pure wrestling.
Oh yeah, pure wrestler, yeah. But I'm talking about like overall. I mean, she's still good. So, I mean, SmackDown's doing it right compared to Raw.
There's still one that's messing up.
Because you can't have Sasha not in it. Because she's, probably the most connectable superstar from the face side. Bayley's the champion. Charlotte is probably the biggest women's star on the brand. And you've been building Nia Jax to be a monster for the past 4 or 5 months. So you can't leave her out either. Like, it has to be a fatal 4-way. Just like last year, the triple threat. It had to be Becky, Sasha, and Charlotte. Because you can't leave either of them out. They're all so good that you can't leave them out.
Right.
And so, what can you do? Like, it gotta be a multi-woman match. It has to. Yeah. It'll probably be that for a long time until you get some real
like heated one-on-one rivalries.
Right. And I mean, it's like Jay said, they only have 4 women anyway. Alicia Fox don't count.
Yep.
Paige is injured, and so what? You gotta circle around with those 4.
I do like though that they have a video package for Emma coming back whenever she does, and like literally when they came back, the first thing you heard, I think it was Byron Saxton. He just said, "Are we really doing this again?" I'm just like, you just spoke for everybody in the universe. I mean, do we really have to deal with this again? 16 years of waiting for her to come back, and then I didn't care for her when she was there to begin with. She didn't really stand out to me.
Oh, the Emma thing?
Yeah. Like before she went away, we had the whole Emmalina thing. Like when she was just Emma, and before she got hurt and stuff, she didn't really stand out to me that much anyway.
She was getting hot though, bro.
Hers a heel.
She had beat Becky, and her and Dana Brooke was doing a little NXT thing that worked well for them when they were NXT. She was cooking, bro.
Well, I know that, but I never got around to watching it on NXT. So when I saw her on the main roster, she didn't stand out to me. That's what I'm saying.
You actually did miss a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I know I missed a lot. I know I missed a lot when she was on NXT. I know that was where she was good, but I never got to see that. I only saw her when she was on main. So I never understood why she was such a big deal.
That long. The new Emma didn't because she got hurt.
Yeah.
But she was cooking, bro. She was getting there.
I mean, I heard that
I
too.
feel like that her and Dana thing would have worked way better than the her and Charlotte thing, because they were to describe it, they were like the mean girls. You know what I'm saying? They're like, and it would have worked for a little bit. Like she was cooking, but the Emmalina thing was just
a waste.
Man, what? That was. They really got to add some new firepower to that roster. And I don't know where it's gonna be because I want Asuka to go to SmackDown so bad.
So why?
Oh man. So I don't know where they're gonna go with the women's roster on Raw. I mean,
I'm thinking Peyton Royce.
And Billy Kay?
Peyton Royce and Billy Kay will be the champions on Raw NXT for a while, and they're gonna have because now I have to catch up more with it now. And I think they're gonna have a great feud with Ember Moon.
Yeah.
Because I think Ember Moon's really good too, but I think
she's fan-freaking-tastic.
But they need
that match with her and Asuka's gonna be really good.
But that's the thing is that they need to keep. So now they have a good flag bearer for the women's division on NXT. So they need to. So now they can move the title over to her, to Ember Moon, and then bring Asuka up, and then you just have those three: Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, and Ember Moon. Carry NXT for a little while you develop some more women's talent like they've been doing, because they've been turning women wrestlers out like clockwork on there. They've been getting better.
That's true. You think they might bring that Liv Morgan girl up
on NXT?
Yeah, the one from NXT. She's just kind of like Carmella light.
I'm not saying bring her. No, I don't want her on main yet, but I feel like you can develop her to be better. Because I think she has potential.
But what we just talking about, Raw needs women, and we don't know where they gonna come from.
That's true.
Like, unless they bring, they can bring up Shorty from Sanity, but they gotta bring all the Sanity up with her. Yeah, there's space for Sanity right now on Raw. Maybe
Raw can reach out to ODB and see if they can get her to be on Raw.
Isn't she under contract right now? I think she's still with TNA. I think she just had a TNA women's title match. Oh, an Impact Wrestling women's title match. They're not TNA no more.
Yeah.
Semantics.
I think she just had a title match over there. I think she might be still under contract. I don't know. They need to find some women quick, because this foursome we got going is getting played out quick.
Agreed.
Yeah, I feel like when they develop, they'll see Royce and Kay probably on Raw. So I feel like they'll do better. I feel like a majority of the women in the WWE overall would do much better on SmackDown than on Raw, and Raw has to stick with what they have. I feel like there's just much more development on SmackDown.
That's true.
Speaking of SmackDown, let's talk about the A show.
Oh, the A show.
What y'all want to talk about first?
Let's talk about AJ getting fired.
Oh, I thought, man.
I mean, you put your boss's head through a glass window. I mean, what do you expect?
A raise? I don't know. Maybe he's concussed, so he's not thinking straight. He's like, "You're getting a raise." I'm like, "Yay!"
I mean, we knew. I didn't expect him to get fired.
Well, at least storyline
fired, but dang, I ain't expect to put Shane's head through a goddamn window though.
Apparently he was reinstated by the end of the night, because Shane said, "You want an opponent for WrestleMania?"
You got one, yeah.
I got one.
Daniel Bryan, hooray!
Ooh. So apparently he got his job back. He had a good little hour and a half fired, an unemployment run.
Yeah. Do we think that they're going to move AJ Styles to Raw, or do you think they'll still stick with him being on SmackDown?
He has to stay on SmackDown.
Yeah, I would say they were going to keep him on SmackDown.
He has to. He is the face of SmackDown for real. Because I mean, let's face it, John Cena is there. I get it, but he's part time now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say Cena's the face of SmackDown anymore.
And he's part time now. You want to talk about popularity? You talk about people who do the people want to see. You want to talk about in ring work? There's no one better, Raw or SmackDown, in that company than AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And so, you can't, it's just like how, John Cena was the face on SmackDown in 05. Everybody wanted to see him. And then when they sent him to Raw, they had to send Batista to SmackDown. So if they send the AJ to Raw, who are they going to send to SmackDown? They're not going to move Rollins. They're not going to move Reigns. So AJ can stay on Raw.
No.
I mean, stay on SmackDown.
Finn needs to stay on Raw. I'm sorry, I gotta say that right now.
And even if they move Finn has not been built up enough yet to be the face of SmackDown yet. He has to keep running on Raw for a little bit.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, you got to think about the injury bug he just needs to get through. You got to, like Eddie said, you got to build him up a little bit more before you even say, okay, can he be a face on Raw? Can he be a face on SmackDown?
And plus on SmackDown, AJ gets to, he gets his time to shine. On Raw, AJ goes from sharing the light with just John Cena, honestly, to going to sharing the light with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. That's a lot of light to be sharing. He don't need that.
Yeah.
Let him go and get a shine on SmackDown. Get his 20-minute matches off.
Yeah. All that came about just because Randy Orton finally decided to swerve the Wyatt family. He's like, yeah, I'm going to stick with the whole I won the Rumble, I won a title match thing.
I tried to tell you all. I understand it was a rush job, and like Eddie, you're going to get into that. But I tried to tell you that you don't trust Randy Orton. It's literally history, repeating itself. You never trust Randy Orton. Legacy couldn't even trust him. I knew he was going to turn his back on Bray. It's just a matter of when.
They just did it too late.
Way too late.
I just want to throw out the fact that I said it was going to happen. So
but you gotta remember, Jay. No one disagreed with you. It was just a thing of they either started them too late or they broke up too early, because it just didn't make no sense. And the whole thing is kind of illogical. It was like, hey, out of nowhere, I don't really mess with you like that no more. There was no really build up between them two beefing for him to say, oh yeah, Bray, I'm turning on you now. You gotta think. With Evolution, he didn't turn on Evolution. Evolution turned on him.
Yeah.
With the Legacy, he didn't turn on Legacy. The Legacy turned on him. Him and Edge, their split happened because they were both chasing John Cena for the Liberty Championship. All these things about him being the ultimate snake or whatever, if you look at his history with factions, if you want to talk about history, he was the one that was getting turned on most of the time. He'd been a part of 3, 4. Him and Edge split mutually. Evolution turned on him. Legacy turned on him. Where did he turn on? And the Authority turned on him too. So he wasn't really doing much betraying, but even if he was going to do the betraying, why would it just be out of the blue like that? It was no build-up. Just the week before said, I surrender myself to you in my title shot. Nowhere. It's, hey, Bray, I hate you again.
Well, I guess.
My title shot back.
Well, okay, I got a couple questions then. First, I thought I could have sworn, maybe, don't get me wrong, out of just pure frustration during the storyline at that time, I thought he actually turned on the Authority. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, the storyline went that the Authority put Seth Rollins over him because he had gotten hurt.
Now he just kind of left.
Okay, fine. And then 2, I mean, now I'm thinking about it from the storyline, and I'm thinking about it from this perspective. You gotta, if you kind of make him feel comfortable enough, They say like, okay, I'm not coming after your title. You just surrender yourself. Blah 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 blah. At that point, you're kind of literally saying that you're the unknown X factor to to take away everything that you built up for yourself so far. Not saying it's right, but at this point, like you said, everybody turned on him except for the him and Edge. Maybe it's finally took him, I don't know how many years at this point. Maybe he's doing exactly what he needed. Like he needed to turn on somebody else. I'm not saying it's the time. I'm saying the time is poor, but maybe it's finally time.
They should have done it. There's two times they
sorry, Chief, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Eddie. There's two times they should have done it. Either the week before they had that number one contender match with AJ Styles and set all that up, or at WrestleMania during the match between Wyatt and Styles, and then Orton just comes in and hits an RKO, which then leads to a Styles Clash victory. Those would have been the two best times to do it. Don't just have that whole number one contenders match and all that, just to set that all up. It would have been better if they did it at Mania, and then you had a match leading up to Payback or something.
I can get that. I can get behind that.
And that's the point I keep trying to make, is that it didn't have to be at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It could have been a thing where, he beat AJ, he's celebrating, talking about how great he is, and then Randy him and Randy keeps going through it and stuff like that, and Randy just goes, "You're not great enough." Hit him with an RKO out of nowhere. It was just so odd that AJ would, if you want to talk about storyline logic, it's so odd that AJ goes through all of this stuff. He really had 4 number one contender matches. And then out of nowhere, if you gave up your title match, then you gave it up. How do you get your title match? How do you get a number one contender shot after you gave your title match up? Who did you beat to get into the number one contender match to begin with? It doesn't make any sense. It just happened so randomly and so quickly. I mean, I like the promos though.
I do too.
We're gonna talk about positives now. Like, the match is probably gonna be fantastic. And the promo work between these two have been pretty fantastic.
The burning down the house was awesome.
Yeah, it's been pretty Ministry of Darkness in the 98, 97 range-esque. And that's kind of cool. But I think it happened kind of too early.
Yeah.
But, when we talk about fire, let's talk about these promos with Miz, Maurice, Nikki Bella, and John Cena. Woo!
This is fire.
This is going to be a good match, I feel like, but I feel like The Miz and John Cena need to carry a majority of it, just because Maurice hasn't wrestled in years and she wasn't that good to begin with.
That's true.
And Nikki's good, but she won't be able to carry Maurice.
A long time.
Go ahead.
Did y'all remember that Maurice was the longest reigning women's champion until Nikki Bella came along?
Yeah, that's right, she was.
That's a shocking thing.
Yes.
Either way, this is about to be lit. You would think, obviously, you
I don't
hear.
think the match is going to be any good.
Well, I don't know.
I'm just enjoying the ride. Because the ride to it is fantastic.
Yeah.
But you gotta think. As much as Miz has gotten better, as much as John Cena gotten better, man, listen, they not finna be out here putting on no 5-star class.
Oh no, I ain't
I'm not saying it's gonna be great, but I'm saying it's gonna be better than we all think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. But that's only because we're involved now. We're intrigued now. At first, everybody hated it. They're like, man, I don't want to see that mixed tag match. John Cena, Miz. But now these microphone, man, he's out here promoing.
Yeah.
These promos got you invested. You like, oh snap.
Now, gentlemen, you have a curiosity. Now you have my attention.
I like your Django reference in that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Like literally, that's what it's like. Like, gentlemen, you had my curiosity. Now you've got my attention. Where do we go from here?
And now they got it, because I mean they've been dropping that fire. They've been dropping that fire on SmackDown. They've been dropping that fire on Talking Smack. That fire. Ooh.
Fire. Who's Sunday Night Football?
That's a money match right there.
This is gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that.
I feel like the SmackDown card is probably SmackDown card part of WrestleMania might be better than the Raw part than the Raw WrestleMania.
It is
just because
that
the
goes
talent.
without being said. That's I thought that was blatantly obvious.
Yeah, I mean like, shoot, I'd rather watch like the Raw. I'd rather watch the SmackDown tag team tournament at WrestleMania. I'd rather have that over watching shoot, at least 2 of the matches on the Raw card.
I think is it gonna be the Usos and American Alpha now?
Yeah.
And
then I'm sure the next night we're going to see Dash and Dawson or Gargano and Ciampa.
I think Dash and Dawson should go to Raw.
And DIY goes to SmackDown.
They need tag teams.
Both. I think
they both do.
Both need tag teams.
They both do.
Well,
but I think SmackDown more than Raw though.
Yeah, SmackDown. It's like SmackDown has more teams, but you wouldn't know it.
I was like, we got Breezango, terrible.
Yeah.
We got the Vaudevillains, terrible since they got up to the main roster.
Yep.
Who else we got? Slater and Rhino, terrible.
Dissolved.
But you can build them though, because you gotta think the Vaudevillains didn't really get the opportunity they actually needed to survive on Raw. Neither did the Ascension. Like, they were building the Ascension up. If y'all remember that tag team turmoil, the Ascension was out there cooking.
Yeah.
You can build them up. With Raw, you got the club. Who knows what's going on with the New Day? And you got to keep the New Day and the club away from each other because they just did that for about 4 months straight of back and forth. And I don't think Enzo and Cass deserve to be in the top spot. They haven't won enough for me. So I
Cesaro and
their
Sheamus
entrance, doing their opening promo, they've done nothing for me inside the ring for them to make me think, oh wow, they really deserve to be tag team champions.
Can we?
And then you got Sheamus and Cesaro.
Who's grown on me? They have grown on me.
Why they're a tag team and why I should care about them.
Hold on. Can I say something about Enzo and Cass though? Could you say a setback to them right now? I mean, in terms of them being the tag team picture, was the fact that Enzo had that nasty concussion they took when they fought the Vaudevillains?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like they would have been tag team champions already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't blame them for where they're at right now in terms of they have to try to. They had to try to build them up because dang, Enzo was out for what, like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't either, but the thing is, they would have when they would have won it earlier that year. I think they would have won it based off the hype of them being on the main roster. Now that they've been on the main roster, now you have to focus on what they do overall as a package.
Yep.
Their opening segment is cool, but their promos sometimes it gets annoying to me. It's kind of obnoxious to me now. Their in-ring work is just okay, and that's being nice. And so, and if you want to talk about wins and losses, who they beaten to do this? Okay, they beat Cesaro and Sheamus. Okay, they beat the Shining Stars. They didn't beat the New Day. They didn't beat the club. They beat the club by qualification. So they didn't pin the club.
Yeah.
So they haven't beaten, and that's the thing. There's only 3 legitimate teams on the roster. 2, technically, in my opinion. It's the club and the New Day. They haven't beaten any of them. Otherwise, they haven't pinned them. That's why I'm saying Raw needs better tag teams. Because if they beat the Shining Stars, nobody cares. Rusev and Jinder Mahal, nobody cares. The Golden Truth, nobody cares. Because they're not important.
Yep. Speaking of not important, can we backtrack real quick and talk about how they have officially ended Rusev for the foreseeable future?
Yeah.
They
died.
I have never seen, like, what was it, 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago when he was such a dominant force.
God. And the unstoppable, unbeatable Rusev. Honestly, obviously I didn't like the whole him being against America type of thing.
Yeah.
Who likes that because we're American? But dude was great.
I know, and now he's just kind of like...
He's basically a jobber. I'm sorry.
It's like they've gone through all their punishments for what Lana did with like leaking all that information about them getting married and everything. But it's like, well, what did they do to deserve to the point where they had to tag with Jinder Mahal? Like, what do you have to do at that point to be set so low?
But that's the problem with Raw, though, is that Raw literally builds their show around, when it comes to the male side of wrestling, they build their show around, excluding the part-timers, 5 people.
Yep.
Like, how could Rusev do anything important when the Universal Champion and the United States Champion are in the same feud? It doesn't work. That's why I used to get mad at Roman Reigns when he was United States Champion, because like, yo, you could be out here wrestling Sami Zayn, you could be out here wrestling with Cesaro, out here wrestling with Big Cass, making these guys credible stars, because that's what your job is supposed to be as United States Champion, is to wrestle mid-card guys. But then it gets trapped up there with Roman, then it gets trapped up there with Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho still has it. Mm-hmm. And what Chris Jericho doing? Being with Kevin Owens. Their back don't need a belt either. That could have been something Rusev could have been carrying.
They should have had a Rusev-Owens feud at some point. I don't know why they didn't do that. That would have been good.
Because Kevin Owens was at the time he was champion, and then he was dealing with Roman Reigns for 7 months.
And a feud that nobody cared about.
For 7 months. They really built that. They built a 3-hour show around the 4 divas and the 5 other main event superstars, and then just throw everybody else in there, and it doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter. That's why Rusev can be getting destroyed by Big Show, and we're wondering, what in the world did the Big Show do? Mm-hmm. I mean, under Rusev do to get to this point?
That is terrible. That is terrible. I wish you wouldn't have shown me that.
That was funny.
That
was funny and mean at the same time.
DM that to Eddie right now, please.
Oh Lord.
That's all. You just gotta DM that to Eddie. Oh Lord.
But you do see my point, though.
I do see your point.
Oh, I see your point. Oh, we were listening. It's just that was dark humor.
Oh, that's just terrible. So needless to say, I am.
Oh my God.
I know, right? That's horrible. That is horrible.
Oh Jesus. Jesus Christ.
The caption was funny. It says, "These are the moments the internet as a whole live for."
Oh Jesus.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That's so horrible.
To get back on track, I guess.
So we've never been on track.
Oh my Lord! All right. Then the last thing obviously is
we got a couple minutes before the change card.
Dean Ambrose, Baron Corbin should be a good match. Baron Corbin's gonna go over. I feel, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, he should. He definitely should at this point.
It's just that simple.
It's time.
He deserves it.
It's time. Oh yeah, it's time. And it's time to do something else with Dean Ambrose, because he ain't clicking. And yeah, that's Dean Ambrose hate, but he ain't clicking.
No, you know the fun thing is, Eddie? I like Dean Ambrose, but I agree with you. It's actually it's time to get him on a new direction. I'm not saying put him on like the line for a belt, but it's time to give him a new direction. Maybe he just goes around beating people up. I don't know. He has to do something.
I mean, I don't want him to go the heel route.
Nah.
You say you do want to go the heel route?
Mm-hmm. I've been saying that for the longest.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you might as well go around beating people up.
I've been saying that for the longest. I mean, I still want to see him and John Cena just beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
Like I want to see him and John Cena go at it and have a good little run.
Yeah.
I just want to see a Kurt Angle John Cena rap battle one more time.
Oh Lord.
Because that was hilarious.
Oh, Lord.
When he had on the David Garrard jersey. When Kurt Angle had on the David Garrard jersey, when Cena would wear all the jerseys for whatever they were in, and so they were in Jacksonville, and so Angle had a David Garrard jersey on when the Jags were relevant for all of 5 seasons.
Oh Lord.
That's what I want to see John Cena do next. That and then fight The Undertaker. But a match with Dean Ambrose would be cool as well.
Alright, so over the last few weeks or so, we had a couple of announcements here. First of which, Eddie has talked about this numerous times, and it's finally come to fruition.
Rick Rude!
Finally, reported by Bleacher Report, and I got the tweets out to both of you guys. Rick Rude is going to the Hall of Fame.
Yay!
Long time coming, right?
About 10 years too late, though.
Yeah.
Maybe even 20, depending on how fast you want to push it.
Of course, one of his main highlights is the fact that he's the only guy ever to appear on WCW Nitro and Monday Night Raw on the exact same night. Because
that's true.
What was it? Which one was it? It was Raw. Wasn't live.
Raw was taped and Nitro was live.
Yep. And so that was the last time Rude was on Raw. Was when they had the taped one, and then he appeared live on Nitro, and so everyone was confused for a little bit there.
He was a member of DX and the NWO about the same exact time.
And he was one of the most legit tough guys ever. There's a story that back when Randy Savage, when he was world champion, he would take Rick Rude out with him, pretty much as like his bodyguard, basically. Like they would obviously both go and have a good time together, but when it came to it, Rick Rude was the bodyguard because you don't mess with Rick Rude.
No, you don't. And he did not like any of you fat, drunk, out of shape marks that came to boo him.
Dude was like one of the original, heels that are all about their physique and appearance. Like he was like kind of like one of, if not the trendsetter for people like Lex Luger and Dolph Ziggler a couple times and stuff. You know, people and Chris Masters like them.
And Bobby Roode.
Yeah, and Bobby Roode. Yeah.
The glorious one.
Exactly. But yeah, so of course one of the biggest travesties is that he was never the WWE champion.
Nope.
He was the WCW champion.
That he was.
And take that for whatever you will. But he never won the big one when he was in the big business. But he did have a lot of great feuds. And he was definitely one of the best heels ever. Yes, like he was a pure heel through and through.
That is a fact. Thank God, man. About time.
I know. I don't know why. But then did you guys see this article? Someone posted an article about like the process for selecting who goes in the Hall of Fame is not what you think, and they started talking about it. And I forget. I read it a while ago, so I forget most of it. But like they talk about like they made some pretty good reasons in it on like here's why Owen Hart will probably never be in the Hall of Fame, and then like
that's legal. That's legal stuff, right?
Some of it is, but also just like some of the stuff like in his just like how like. He wasn't really able to. They didn't really look at him as being able to like. He didn't really have the best run in the WWE.
Who, Owen?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Though. Think about.
I'll debate that with anybody.
I mean, think about he was great and everything, but let's face it. There was the one point where they made it. I mean, he died as the Blue Blazer. That's not really. Yeah. I mean, that kind of hurt his career. I'll have to find the article again, but they actually made some pretty good arguments.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure death will always hurt your career.
I need to see that because I can argue that because Hulk Hogan's a Hall of Famer. He was the Patriot on SmackDown. Like they were the Hall of Famer that did some really repug stuff. Owen Hart was one of the best wrestlers to ever step foot in the ring. I could probably make an argument that he was better than his brother, and everybody loves him. Him and Shawn Michaels had tons of classics. Look at his resume. I mean, he done won the world title. He's a 4-time tag team champion. He won King of the Ring. Intercontinental champion. I think it was European champion. You can't just utterly dismiss that. Him and Stone Cold had a classic before he broke his neck. But still, that was a good match. You can't just dismiss that because of the Blue Blazer. I mean, that was repug. I mean, it was repug. But Mark Henry's on going to the Hall of Fame, and he had a hand with Mae Young.
Yeah, that's
a literal hand. Mark Henry and Mae Young birthed a hand. Triple H had sex with a dead body.
Hang on, let me scroll.
Hall of Fame.
Let me see here. If you're wondering why Owen hasn't been inducted, blah, 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 blah. So, keep talking here. I'm skimming through this.
I'm just saying that, just because you have bad, repug moments in your career doesn't mean that, you should be out here not going to Hall of Fame because of it. Especially if you want to talk about resume. If you want to talk about resume, I mean, he was great. Like, he was great resume wise.
Honestly, it's basically the same argument that you used. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, Eddie, or the last time you were on the show, where we talked about. I know it's kind of a obviously different industry, but basically the Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
it's basically the same thing.
All that should matter. Like, I hate the Miz. I hate the Miz with a burning passion. But the Miz is a Hall of Famer.
Okay, well, here it is.
Solely because of his resume.
Here's what it says. Here it says, Owen Hart is only a WWE Hall of Fame. This is from this article from upgroove.com.
Not a credible source, but keep going. I'm listening.
But they made some valid points.
Okay.
If you believe he should be a lock, which this person doesn't. They break it down also like that how it always happens. There's like 1 or 2 megastars, a tag team, a female, some mid-carders, a celebrity, and some other people. That's it. So it's hard to figure out where Owen. So it says Owen's death, though tragic and unforgettable, should not change his historical stature, nor should his reputation for having been a nice guy from one of wrestling's famous flagship families, and his lone year as being billed atop the card. Owen Hart was part of some of the company's lowest points, which company didn't draw crowds, TV ratings, or mainstream buzz in '94.
So was Bret Hart. And he was the champion for that.
Actually, now that I thought about that, I'm kind of siding with Eddie on that, but why does that factor into what Owen has done in the ring?
Bret Hart was the champion for them low errors. So what else? Keep going.
See here. Only a heel turn by Bret Hart restored Owen's relevance, they say. At the time of his horrific death, Owen Hart was fumbling around with the superhero blue blazer gimmick. However, as stated above, an honest assessment of wrestlers' achievements isn't necessary when it comes to assessing their performer's Hall worthiness. He should go in because his induction would move the needle. I have no idea what that means. And that would be as important as anything else that comes to the Hall. So, yeah, so of course Owen being honored is also held up with the bad feelings and legal battles as well. So yeah, so a lot of it is because of the legal.
So
I'm not really seeing much that would, outside of the legal stuff, I'm not seeing much that would keep him out of the Hall of Fame.
The legal thing was the only credible thing, because the same argument that you could make for Owen about being a part of the lowest part, you can make for Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels was there too. And Stone Cold was there too. So, I mean, I don't understand how that can be used to factor in when, just because the ratings were low don't mean that he wasn't good. And just being a Hall of Famer doesn't necessarily mean that you drew a lot of ratings.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I agree with the article. I'm just saying that article I thought was pretty interesting, because they also want to talk about Beth Phoenix and everything. I just thought that was kind of interesting on there. But I'm not saying that I agree with what's being said. I just thought that was an interesting little article.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying you do agree. I was just saying in response to the article itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inaccurate that you would use that statement for him and not apply it to everyone else. Like, but if you were saying about Bret Hart, you're like, oh my God, don't know about Bret Hart like that. You know how many classic matches he got? Oh snap! Owen Hart got classic matches too.
Yeah.
One of them was with Bret.
I mean,
how can you use that against him?
I mean, you have Kevin Nash in the Hall of Fame, and he was like one of the worst champions ever. And that was also, like, 1995 was a really low year for WWE as well. He's still in there.
It certainly was. It certainly was. I mean, you got Jim and Bill Neidhart in the Hall of Fame, right?
I'd be surprised if he was. I would be surprised if the Ambos in the Hall of Fame.
I think he went in last year. Let me see.
Oh, I think you're right.
Cause they did a whole. Maybe I was wrong. I mean, Rikishi's in there. Owen Hart's better than Rikishi. Owen Hart's a better wrestler than Kevin Nash. Owen Hart's a better wrestler than the Godfather, and the Godfather went in. I mean, I don't understand where the line gets drawn. on ratings and wrestling skills and stuff like that. Like, where does the line get drawn for that?
It's very arbitrary.
Yep. But then also, it was announced also that Eric LeGrand, everyone knows, the Rutgers football player who was going to be a big star in the NFL before he had that tragic neck injury, and now he's down to that wheelchair. He's going to be receiving the Connor the Crusher, now the Warrior Award. I like how it was the Connor the Crusher Award for 1 year, and then the Warrior died, and they changed it to that. But whatever. He's winning the Warrior Award for courage and perseverance and all that, which I like. I mean, because he's been involved in WWE a little bit as well.
I mean, overall, he's just a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I mean, honestly, even him being bound to a wheelchair, I mean, look at what he's done for the community. I mean, it speaks for itself.
Yep, that was a great decision. I don't really think anybody's more deserving than him. I mean, it's finally gonna be something positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something uplifting. This is a dude that's not fighting a struggle. He made it through the struggle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now he's living life as normally as he possibly can. You know, with Connor, it was him fighting the struggle, and he had a great. It was a great moment. It was a great run, and then he lost his fight. So it kind of brought it down. Then with the Warrior finally made it back to the beat, and then he lost his fight, and you're like, damn. Like every time someone loses, but now with Eric LeGrand, it's like, yo, he had his struggle, and now he's back. He done made it, and he's not letting this get him down. And so I feel like that took the WWE Hall of Fame up a notch. Like, this is gonna be a good class. Like, we can debate if Beth Phoenix should go in right now or not over something like a China or something, but he brought it up a notch.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about this class overall?
I'm alright with it.
I think it's good. I mean,
I'm not saying it's the best class, but I'm saying I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's obviously not the greatest ever, but
how about this? I got a random question.
Go ahead.
Before we go, who would y'all put on you guys' female wrestling Mount Rushmore? Because I had this debate with someone, and I kind of want to see where everyone.
Okay, the Fabulous Moolah.
Huh?
The Fabulous Moolah.
Okay.
Trish.
Okay.
Lita.
Mm-hmm.
And China.
Mm-hmm.
No one from today. Those would be them.
If you were to rank overall superstars, the overall career, how would you rank from 3 to 1? AJ Lee, Nikki Bella, and Beth Phoenix.
3 being worst, 1 being best.
3 being worst, 1 being best.
I just wanted to be sure about that.
I'll start if you want me to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I got it as Beth Phoenix, Nikki Bella, and AJ Lee I had the best career out of the 3.
I was going to say Nikki, Beth, AJ.
You got AJ last?
No, Nikki.
Oh.
No, AJ first.
Oh, okay. Jay?
I feel, honestly, I'm starting with cheese on this. So Nikki at 3, Beth at 2, AJ at 1.
And so now I'm asking y'all, how did y'all judge your Mount Rushmores? Because I want to have a show we just do a flat out Mount Rushmore discussion. And now I see how I got y'all thinking, so y'all might be liking that idea. But
well, I mean, the Fabulous Moolah was like the original, one of the original women's wrestlers. Like, she was like the original dominant force in women's wrestling. She always had the title runs and everything, and she always put on great matches. So she's like, it's not like when little girls would be growing up like that wanted to be in the business, they would point to her. It's like, I want to be like her. I want to be badass like her. Trish and Lita and China carried the Attitude Era. I mean, trying to did things that no woman had ever done, and Trish and Lita, during a time when there was either China or a bunch of models, stood out and put on great matches. And especially you wouldn't think so, but you would see their clashing styles. I mean, and they were the first two women to have a match that was a main event match on Monday Night Raw that ended the show. So that says something about them.
Weren't they the first two women to have a cage match too?
I think so.
I think it was them. But I'm asking because me and a friend of mine had a debate about the whole Nikki Bella and Beth Phoenix thing, and how and the Beth Phoenix and AJ thing. And I asked how y'all guys rate your Mount Rushmore or list, because how much should be worth? I mean, what percentage should matter? Should wrestling matter overall? Should star power matter? Should promos and moments matter? Because if you think of Beth Phoenix as opposed to, her in China that's not even a debate. We'll leave that alone for later because everybody knows China deserves a nod over that.
Yep.
You want to talk about a Beth Phoenix career versus a Nikki Bella career, right? Beth Phoenix is the better wrestler.
Yeah.
But Nikki Bella's the better talker.
I feel like Beth Phoenix though should get the nod over because she carried that women.
Moments. You want to talk about moments and star power though. You want to talk about moments and star power. If you want to talk about Beth's greatest moments, you got the when she hit that her special all the time rope onto Eve Torres, which was super dope.
Yeah.
Then you got the joint with the Great Khali at the Royal Rumble, which was just a playoff of what China did in the Royal Rumble. And so, should that count? Because is that really a bigger, huge moment than anything Nikki Bella has done?
Well, I never saw Nikki run in during the Royal Rumble.
No, but I mean, she also doesn't have the skill set to do so. But I've never heard Beth Phoenix cut a promo as good as Nikki Bella's either.
Well, that's because.
And I haven't seen Beth Phoenix have that much star power with Nikki Bella either.
Well, to be fair though, Beth Phoenix was on kind of on the same level as China, as that she didn't need to talk. Because she didn't need to talk and try and psych you out. Like everyone knew when she entered the ring, she could kick your ass. She didn't need to say that she was the best. All she had to do was just go in and do it and leave. She could have never said a word and it still have been like, yep, I believe it.
Yeah, that's true. But
whereas Nikki has to hype herself up because she's not China or Beth, so she has to talk.
Yeah, that's true. But are we gonna take that away from Nikki Bella because she's not as strong as Beth, but she can talk better than Beth? Like and like I said, where the star power come into that? Because star power is a big deal in what makes it for The Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The fact that he's the most successful wrestler outside of wrestling, and also one of the most popular wrestlers in the biggest wrestling era, that helps boost him in every conversation you have, because The Rock is not a better wrestler than a lot of other all timers.
Yeah.
But people have The Rock as high as Mount Rushmore because of his promo skills and because of his star power. So why doesn't the same work for a Nikki Bella? Now I feel like neither of them compared to AJ, because AJ had it all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
AJ had the character, AJ had the microphone skills, better microphone skills than both. She was a great wrestler, and she had the character, and she had the star power. There was a time where she was the center of the main events. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like though, it was Beth and Natalya that had to carry that women's division when they were the Divas during that long lull year period, like that 3 years of nothing. And Nikki was in there, and she wasn't that good. Now she's coming around, but there's all this other talent that's better than her, though. Whereas Beth and Natalya had to carry that division to make it not go away.
I mean, you gotta think during that era. I mean, Eve Torres was the champ, and Beth. You can make an argument that Beth wasn't even the focus of her own division while she was champion. You can say that with Eve Torres, or you can say that with the Bella Twins, because people were more focused on the twin magic aspect. So I mean, how does that? I was just trying to figure out how if we were to have a Mount Rushmore discussion or ranking discussion, where every component, what means more to what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you want to talk about wrestling, it's not even close. I mean, Nikki Bella is just getting good. I mean, she's just getting okay. She's not even better than her sister. And so, but when you talk about my skills, you want to talk about the moment she's having right now, like these promos she's having right now, and you want to talk about star power. I mean, there's some of the Bella Twins as a unit are some of the most popular divas ever, or women's wrestlers, women's superstars ever, to the point where they had their own reality show, just them two.
Go. Okay, go.
We're going to have to say that for another show, because that's going to take, well, we got to think about it. I mean, we're going to try to debate Mount Rushmore. It's going to take some time to honestly develop, like you said, the components in order to kind of argue our points for that. But then on top of that, we're not just talking about the women. We're going to talk about the men. We're going to talk about tag teams. We're going to talk about maybe intercontinental champions, WWE champions.
Really? Oh, that's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, so it's not something that we can throw into like a 10-minute segment. That's going to take an entire show.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make you guys think.
I know.
I just wanted to make you guys think.
Eddie, it is March Madness, man. This is not my time for thinking.
Hey, man, listen. The same rubric goes into March Madness, too.
Don't start that.
But I determine number ones and stuff like that.
Don't start that, man.
I'm sorry. Take it back. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Jay. Close us out. I'm sorry.
All right. So next week, and let's see, we're about what? 2 weeks out from Mania?
Mm-hmm.
About that.
It'll be about 2 weeks out from Mania for the next show?
Yep.
So we won't make our predictions for Mania until a week beforehand. Because honestly, we're just going to probably hype up WrestleMania beforehand. We're still probably saying predictions anyway, but we're just going to hype it up in terms of what we've seen from Raw and SmackDown. And,
it's perfect for Mount Rushmore talk.
And actually, we would say the show for Mania for Mount Rushmore. How about that? And honestly, do the predictions 2 weeks beforehand, because I think this is actually a good topic to talk about.
All right, and then we just have, for all the other matches that end the game put together, we'll just go over them on Twitter.
Yes. All right, but before we close out the show, Commissioner, this is why I need you. This is why I need you here, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm throwing this out early. What do you want to do for your bet, man? You know WrestleMania's coming around the corner. What do you want to do?
Well, it was my birthday just 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
On 3/16. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, and I did just get a Celtics jersey. Just because
Chihuahua.
I just got myself an Isaiah Thomas Celtics jersey. Full green and everything.
Chihuahua.
And Jay should know where I'm going with this, a Laker fan.
Do you have a hat? Do you have a hat too?
I wish, no. But I could call up my friend and I could see if he can let me borrow it for a day.
Oh, Chihuahua. I like where this is going.
This man is going to try to have me let the Black Michael Cole down in Miami.
Yep.
Don't you mean Adam Cole, baby?
Woo! Bullet Club, baby.
Oh my lord. And no, you know I was referencing though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go Heat, bitch. That was so hilarious. And Michael Cole, go Heat, bitch.
You remember, Eddie, you remember that?
Oh, I remember perfectly.
Okay. Oh Lord. It was one thing for me to wear the cheese head when I lost my bet. It's absolutely gonna burn if I have to wear a goddamn Celtics jersey.
The commissioner approves.
Huzzah! We all win.
Crap.
Just thought I'd throw that out there. I like where this is going. The commissioner approves. If Cheese loses, he gotta rock the full. Jay, you gotta pull out the full Lakers ensemble for his ass.
I have a Lakers shirt. That's the only thing I got in terms of Lakers. Well, no, actually I can't say that.
Where your jersey at?
Bruh, I was poor, okay?
Bro, no, you had a Lakers
Does it matter?
I never had a Lakers jersey.
Does it matter that I used to have a Kobe Bryant Lakers jersey, so I feel like it wouldn't hurt as bad?
Yeah, that does matter.
I'm gonna say I never had a chance to own a jersey. I was broke.
So what you want to do, man?
Well, in the interest of all of the gear that I have in my apartment.
Can't be Vikings again. It's not football season.
No.
It's not football season.
I can choose whatever I want.
That's true.
The commissioner approves.
I approve.
So 1, I have a Lakers shirt that you will be wearing. 2, I have an Adrian Peterson jersey that's still calling your name. 3, I have a Lakers hat sitting in my closet ready for you.
Oh yeah, you gotta wear all that.
And you gotta wear all that throughout the show and show all 3.
So much clashing purple and gold.
It doesn't matter. It's my choice.
Why is it the Vikings color rush jerseys aren't gold?
That would look disgusting.
That would be repugnant.
That would look disgusting.
And that's what Jacksonville does.
Well, that's why Jacksonville's terrible.
I mean, the Rams is repugnant too, and they're just straight yellow.
But, Commissioner, do you approve of my decision?
I approve.
Thank you.
I think I got a splinter.
So, in the event that you lose, you'll be wearing all 3 of those, and you have to change out from a jersey to wear my Lakers shirt throughout the midway through the show.
Okay, so I'm the Dayton Flyers marching band then.
Wow, he don't went there.
What? Did you not know that the Dayton Flyers band, when they're performing, like they do consistent costume changes during performances?
Yeah, but we don't reference Dayton. You're wearing a Xavier shirt for God's sake.
I unfortunately have Dayton in my blood. Thanks, Dad.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I know.
That's unfortunate.
I know, right?
Well, in any case, that's the bet. So if I were to lose, which this time I guarantee I won't, because I'm gonna make sure I
thought we were going to bet money since this is the biggest pay-per-view, but okay.
It's gonna be huge. So I ain't gonna lose this one. So I had to wear Isaiah Thomas jersey. I may have to wear a Celtics hat.
Oh yeah, and you have to bring
the 6-pack.
You have to bring bins for each other too. I added that on to there.
Fine.
Can't have this without alcohol. Come on, man.
Fair enough. All right, so we'll do that.
I swear I got a splinter in here.
If I win, he has to wear Vikings and Lakers stuff, purple and gold. So that'd be good for me. But in any case, guys, I hope you enjoyed this the episode of the Jay and Cheese Show. Check us out. This will be going up very soon. Thank again for Eddie for joining us.
No problem.
And again, our Twitter handles will be down in the description down below. Once again, I am Jay.
I am Cheese.
Hope you guys enjoy. Have a great weekend. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
See you guys.